Well, hey there, welcome in. Today it's a fun get ready with me. I'm staying in the house where it's warm and cozy. There's a snowstorm happening out there, and I've got some new makeup I want to try today. If you're new here, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. If you enjoyed today's video, I hope you'll consider subscribing. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. Like I said, I'm cozying up in the house today because it's brutally cold and windy out there. I have some new products. I have an eyeshadow palette I've used once before and I want to try it again today. A new concealer. I'm trying a foundation that I put aside a while ago that's a big favorite with a lot of people. A lip color, a lip liner, and some other wonderful products that I use to put together this look. As always, all products that I use and mention today will be listed and linked below, and they'll also be over on the blog, so super easy for you to find. And with that, let's hop into the makeup. The wind is howling out there, truly. You know, in my studio, I have windows on two walls, so I have a whole view of when the storms are coming over the mountains. There's a storm coming in. It is so beautiful. You know, the snow on the mountains and the clouds coming over. We're in for a big one, but gosh, it's fun being inside and cozy. Today I'm going to start with a Stila One Step Correct. I wasn't that impressed with this primer to begin with, but I have really decided I love it. It has this color correcting feature in it. You know, when you look at the bottle, you can see all the different colors, and it really does seem to smooth out my complexion and even out the color, which I like in a primer because that's multifunction. Plus, it's really hydrating. It feels good going on the skin, but not heavy. I like that more watery type of hydration where I feel like I'm getting some moisture in my skin, but not a big occlusive layer of product on my face. Milani eyeshadow primer. To color correct today, I'm going to use the Pixie. This is their Brightening Peach Under Eye Corrector. I really like this little bitty container here, but oh my gosh, you just really don't need very much. It feels stiff when you first put your finger into it, but your body temperature warms it up pretty quickly. And I'm just going to put that right underneath my eyes where I have those purple circles. I like to put it on early before I do my eyeshadow and long before I do my foundation so it has a chance to warm up and actually sink into the skin. Well, I have to tell you, I was supposed to go snowshoeing today with my hiking club. I wimped out. I think I'm beyond the point in my life where I want to snowshoe while it's snowing on me. I don't know. I suppose if it was a light snow, it would be okay, but this is a storm. It's windy and cold, and I don't know, I'm just happier being home, warm and cozy. I've got the fireplace going in the other room. It's just nice being inside when the weather comes in like this. Today I'm trying a new brow product from e.l.f. It's called the Wow Brow. I just picked this up yesterday. I haven't even opened it up. It's the stinking cutest little container. I got the color taupe, so it's just this brow gel, and it has a little spoolie on the end with some product on it. I hope there's not too much product on this. I love my Wet n Wild retractable brow pencil, but I keep trying other brow products to see if I'm going to find something that I like. So we'll give this a whirl today. I'm sure that I'm going to want to go in with my Shady Slim brow pencil to do the detail work. I like to pull out the tail of my brows and define the bottom part of my brows. I'm just seeing if this is going to do some good things to the actual hairs on my brow. So it's going on really smoothly, it's not clumping, and it is putting product on my brow hairs. I'm kind of curious to see if this is really just going to hold them in place, which I wouldn't mind. Got a little extra product on this side, so I'm just going to take my spoolie here and comb it through. And then a Q-tip is a vital beauty element when you're working on your brows. Okay, so that's the Wow Brow. I think what it does is it just deposits more color into your eyebrow hairs. It doesn't do much to fill in the sparse areas. Right off the bat, I'm not so sure that this is a favorite brow product. If you just want to fill in your brow hairs with color, this would be good. It's very affordable, and I do like the color. I'm going to go in now with my Shady Slim brow pencil, and I'm going to really define that bottom edge of my brow and pull out that tail a little bit. Then I'm going to fill in that front little area where I have some sparse patches. For eyeshadow today, I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona. This is the mini nude palette. Isn't that pretty? I actually got this a few months ago, and I did use it in one Get Ready With Me over the holidays, but I haven't really dove into it other than that. This is a beautiful nude palette with some delicious colors in it. I like the fact that there's a really nice dark, deep, chocolatey brown here, kind of a bronzy color. Then, of course, we have the champagne, nice transition color, and then a bronze over here. So there are all the colors swatched. It really is a beautiful palette, and the formula is just wonderful. Of course, these are Natasha Denona shadows, so you know they're going to go on really well. I do think that these little mini palettes are a good value, even though they're Natasha Denona. These are $25, so you get 5 colors, which is a little bit spendy. I can tell you that the packaging itself is really stable and really secure. It feels good in the hand. These would be very, very good for travel, or if you just are a neutral eyeshadow lover, this could give you so many beautiful looks. I've actually ordered a couple of more of these mini palettes, which I'll be testing and trying in the weeks to come. But all in all, I think when it comes to a really good eyeshadow formula, I like these a lot. I'm going to take my BK Beauty 202 brush and just dip it into this kind of camel transition color here. The names are on the back. I can't read them. I do have my contact in, but there's a limit to what I can see. And this writing is really tiny. So I'll definitely let you know which color I'm selecting. But as far as the names, I can't see them. This is going to go in the transition area right above my natural crease. When I'm placing my eyeshadow, I really try not to lift my eyebrows too much because my eye looks a whole lot different when I relax my eyebrows. So I try to keep my eyebrow where it is. And then once I have that place to begin with, like I do here, then I can lift my brow up and bring it down a little bit further into the crease. The formula in this little palette is really beautiful. It goes on well, not dusty, no kick up. I'm not seeing any fallout. Now I'm going to take my BK Beauty 201 brush and just really smooth out the edges of that color so that it blends seamlessly into my eyelid. One of the things that I've found with eyeshadow for me, because my eyelids are crepey, if I don't blend really well, it just makes my eyes look worse. I probably spend twice as much time blending as I do placing the eyeshadow. Now I'm going to take a flat brush. This is from Sigma. It's from the Rose Gold collection. And I'm going to dip it into that deep chocolate brown, and I'm going to get color on both sides of that brush. Tap it off, and then that's going to go just in the outside corner of my eye. And I'm going to turn it and bring it up a little bit into the crease and a little bit towards the eyebrow to really kind of create a look of a lift on the outside corner of my eye. You can see that right there. Then I'm going to take my 201 brush again and just blend that out. So last night I did my Friday Night Live. I love doing those. Those are so much fun. If you weren't there, if you haven't heard about it, it's where I hop on YouTube Live and I answer your questions. We just have a good time, and I'll tell you, there are people from all around the globe that show up. If you didn't catch it, I'll go ahead and put a little link to it up here and down in the description box. They're really a hoot, so keep an eye out when I do the next one if you'd like to join in. I generally announce it on Instagram and ask for your questions over there, so if you're not following me on Instagram, it's pretty over 50 on Instagram. Go ahead and follow me, and then the next time you'll know about it and you'll be able to put one of your questions in. So I have that deep brown all blended in. Now I'm going to take my finger and go into this deep bronzy color. This is so very pretty. I'm interested to see how this is going to look, and that's going to go all over the movable lid. I don't want to put a whole bunch on because I want to sheer it out, so it's just a little light sheer of the bronze color. So back in to blend that in. Okay, this does have some sparkles in it, and it's got a little bit of fallout, so watch out if you use that color. Now I'm going to take my Essentials palette from Sigma, and I'm going to dip into this color Snow with my little flat brush. And I'm just barely going to run that underneath my eyebrow, just to highlight that area. Now I'm going to take this little shadow stick from Kiko. This is going to go on the inside corner of my eye. You can see the color right here. Let me swatch it for you. It's kind of a real pretty champagne cream shadow shade. And I'm going to just put that right on the inside corner to brighten up that area. I'm just going to press that in with my finger. I have to tell you, I bought this top from Nordstrom's a couple weeks ago, and I bought it because I liked the color and I thought the cut was real sophisticated. Let me tell you, it is so soft. It's like the softest baby jammies you've ever felt. It just feels so good. It was quite the bonus. I mean, I liked the top, but my gosh, I want to hug myself all day long because it's so soft. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the Revlon Candid foundation. This is not a new foundation, but a lot of older women really like this foundation. I used this months ago and put it away and haven't tried it for quite some time. I pulled it out today because I want to see if my thoughts are different about it or how I feel about it. This is a nice drugstore priced foundation. It says natural finish and anti-pollution. I chose the color 120. So it has a nice little pump here at the top. I really do like pumps on foundations. I think it's just a good way to go. I'm going to start with about that much and just dot that over the face. This feels more moussey and a little bit thicker than, some of the foundations today, or a lot of the foundations today are more serumy. So this feels a little bit stiffer than that. I'm just going to take my BK Beauty 101 brush and start pressing that in. Not only do a lot of people really love this foundation, but apparently the concealer that's in this line as well, a lot of people like. I don't think I've tried that one, but I definitely will put it on my list. It is blending in really easily. It feels light on the skin. It doesn't feel heavy. I'll have to say it looks really pretty on the skin. I'm kind of surprised. I wonder why I put this away. It doesn't really have much of a glow, but it has a tiny bit of a sheen. In other words, it's not real flat matte, but the coverage is really spectacular. And the way it's evened out my skin tone, wow, I'm liking the way this is looking. I don't have any of that polka dot pore thing. It's just blending out really beautifully. It's done a good job of covering up my age spots on the sides of my face. Now I'm going to press that in with a damp sponge. This is the sponge from Sigma that I've kind of fallen in love with. I have about 8 million makeup sponges, and this is the one that I always reach for lately. And that's what I've noticed, is that I can really tell what my favorite products are because those are the ones that I reach for when I'm in a hurry or don't want to think a lot about my makeup. It's the ones that really work well, I can always count on, and I just like the way they feel when I use them. This is one of those. I got a new concealer for today. I am on the concealer hunt. I tell you, I'm probably going to try 100 concealers this year. This one is from Neutrogena. It's their Hydro Boost Concealer, and it's actually a concealer stick, which I was a little bit concerned about because, with older under eyes, hydration is really a big thing, and I don't know how hydrating a stick concealer is going to be, but we're going to give it a whirl. This is in the color 10. I'm sure it's either the fair or the light in their line. I'm just going to put a little bit under each eye. Okay, it's going on a lot creamier than I would have thought. I'm going to take my Real Techniques brush and just start pushing that in. It feels creamy underneath the eyes. It doesn't feel stiff or dry. Let's see how much concealing it's actually doing once I get it all blended in. Wow, I'm surprised at that. I'll tell you, it looks even. It doesn't look dry and cakey. I think it's done a good job of covering up my under eye. Of course, I corrected before that with the Pixie corrector. Wow, I'm surprised, truly. I thought it was going to look really dry and really cakey, but it just doesn't. There's the concealer. Drugstore price, too. I'll have to say, I'm super surprised at that. Wow. I'm going to put a little bit of setting spray on the tip of my sponge and then just tap that in. Wow, you guys, I couldn't be more surprised. Wow, this looks so good. I wish that you could see it in my mirror. I hope you guys can see it. That concealer looks so smooth and so blended in. I wonder how it's going to wear during the day. Wow. I have to say, I'm surprised. I'm going to set that very gently with my number 7 Lift and Illuminate powder. Just a little bit, because it sure doesn't look like it needs it, but I find that when I don't set my concealer, it does move around. Wow. I'm so surprised. I know I keep saying wow, but I'm so surprised. For contour today, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wand. I love this. I've tried a number of Charlotte Tilbury products lately, And to be honest with you, some I don't really feel like they're worth the premium price, although the product line is beautiful. Everything I've gotten from them is nice and the packaging is extraordinary. It's just that some of the products I've tried, I thought it's really not worth the premium price. This is, in my mind, I love this stuff. I haven't found anything else that contours my face like this does. And the real litmus test is if I was going someplace really fancy where I wanted to look as good as it could get, I would use this. That's how much I love this stuff. It is spendy, but by golly, every time I use it, I'm just thrilled. It comes with a little squeezy tube and a sponge applicator. I generally don't like these sponge applicators, but for this particular product, it works really well. So I'm just going to place a little bit on my skin, and you can see it comes out super dark. It seems intimidating at first, but once you learn to work with it, and it did take me a few tries to be able to get this really blended in the way I wanted it to be, but now I know how to do it. I feel pretty confident in it. So I'm just going to press that into the skin. It just gives the most interesting, beautiful contour. Isn't that just lovely? I have to say there isn't anything else in my collection that gives me that kind of really beautiful, deep contour look. For blush today, I'm going to be using a Super Shock Cheek Blush from ColourPop. This is the color Count Me In. I got this in about 2 weeks ago. I am in love with this formula. It feels so interesting on the skin. The color is just beautiful. It's just this sort of bouncy formula. It's just so very interesting. So a little bit on the fingers and then place that right above that contour area. Isn't that just the prettiest color? I'm going to take my sponge and then I'm going to just press that in with my sponge. For highlight, I'm going to be using the Revlon Skin Light. This is in the color 201 Daybreak Glimmer. A little bit on my brush and then just hit the tops of my cheeks. Just adds the nicest little golden glow. I'm going to finish off the complexion with the Milani Prep Second Glow. Looky, I actually opened up a new one. I'd been digging into that old one, gosh, for over a year. It just puts such a beautiful little glowy, subtle radiance on the skin. Morphe Setting Spray. I'm going to go ahead and tightline with the Lay Liner from L'Oreal and put on a coat of the Clinique High Impact Mascara, and I'll be right back. For lips today, I'm going to be using a lip liner from Essence. This is the color Tea Time. This is a waterproof lip liner. I really do like these. They're very creamy. And the lipstick is from Sigma. This is one of their liquid lipsticks, and this is the color New Mod. You can see the lip liner here and the lipstick here. So here we have today's look. Gosh, I'll have to say I'm so surprised about some of the products today. This Candid Foundation from Revlon is really, really good. It looks beautiful on my skin. It went on smoothly, great coverage. One thing I can say is it's not as dewy as some of the foundations I've been using lately. So next time I would probably use a more illuminating primer underneath it, but really a beautiful look on the skin. And I was surprised at how quickly it evened out my skin tone, and it just looks very, very pretty on the skin. So a big fan of this Revlon Candid Foundation, drugstore price. Gosh, you really can't go wrong. I'll have to say I haven't been this surprised about a makeup product in a long time. This Neutrogena Hydra Boost Concealer, oh my gosh. I was really not looking forward to trying this because it's a stick concealer, and I thought, oh my gosh, my under eyes feel dry before I even put it on. But I am stunned at how good this looks underneath my eyes. It went on smoothly. It didn't feel drying or it didn't pool when I put it on. It blended out beautifully, and I'll tell you what, underneath my eyes right now, it looks terrific. It did a good job of covering up my under eye circles, and it doesn't look patchy or cakey. So I'll have to say this is quite a surprise to me. Now it does come with that little hydration core in the center, so I think that that helps with the application. As far as a drugstore concealer goes, I'll have to tell you, I don't know that I found one that I like better than this. I think the Age Perfect is probably just as good as this, but this was really a surprise to me. So drugstore priced Neutrogena Hydra Boost Concealer, what a surprise. The Natasha Denona Mini Nude Palette, you know, this is really a nice little palette. The colors are beautiful. The formula goes on terrific, of course. It's Natasha Denona, so you know that the value is going to be there. These are $25. I'll have to say, I feel like they're worth it. The packaging feels substantial. It's not going to fall apart. The pan size are nice and generous. Just a lovely palette. So a big fan of this mini nude palette from Natasha Denona. I want to give a shout out to this Pixi Under Eye Brightener and Color Corrector. This is in the color Peach. This is a nice little product. It looks like it's a tiny little package, but you know what? There's a lot of product in here and it goes a long way. It's a budget-friendly option when you want correcting underneath your eyes. So I really like the way that it works. I try to put this on way at the beginning of my makeup routine so it has a chance to soak into my skin. Really, really liking the effects of the Pixi Under Eye Brightener. And the Sigma Nude Mod, I just like that cool lip tone. Just really, really pretty. I did top it off with a little bit of my City Lips Clear just to give it a little bit of gloss right in the center of the lips. Oh gosh, I had so much fun putting this look together today. This was much better than being out in the cold, windy snow today, so I'm glad that I stayed home where it's cozy. I hope you found this useful and fun. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you're interested in more makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman, stop by prettyover50.com. There's a lot more great information just waiting for you there. I get so thrilled when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything makeup, skincare, and style for the over 50 woman. Make it a great day. Wear your sunscreen and all. See you in the next video. Bye now.